About 350 years ago, an amazing discovery was made. Scientists started to use the microscope to look at living materials like these green plants here, and they found that all of life was made of cells. But it took another 250 years or so for people to realize that there are different kinds of cell. There are those that are very simple and don't have a nucleus, and there are others that are quite complex and they have a nucleus, and they have other things too, like a mitochondrion to produce energy and a chloroplast to collect sunlight. Over the last 100 years, people have wondered how it was possible to get that change from the simple bacterial cell towards the complex modern cell, complete with its chloroplast and its nucleus. One of the ways that scientists have come up with, particularly using molecular evidence recently, is that these were different kinds of bacteria which came together in a symbiotic association in order to produce an integrated whole. But quite how this happened, how it was possible, is really a major part of the story of this book. And I should be arguing that it was a very difficult and very strange thing, and possibly the oddest thing that ever happened in evolution. And to get to understand that story, we need to go back in time to places like this. Here we are standing in a quarry in Oxford, and the rocks around us here consist of the remains of corals. This is an ancient coral reef from the Jurassic, about 150 million years ago or so. And when we look inside the rocks, we can see that these are corals very like those today. Here's a modern example of a coral. And we know that modern corals cultivate algae inside their tissues as symbionts in order to collect sunlight to produce sugars and then to be able to grow up towards the sunlight. But over the last few decades, many scientists, including myself and many others, have been looking at this story of symbiosis in deep time, how complex systems come together. And when we study things like these coral reefs around the world, we find that they build up to produce complex structures, and then every now and again the whole system collapses in a mass extinction. And that's happened about 10 times in the last 600 million years or so. To understand how it was possible to bring the complex cell together, I've been on a series of adventures which you will join me in the book, to exciting places in Canada and Australia, to try and find the unusual conditions under which the complex cell came together.